Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I am still here.
Still among the living. Yay.
Yay.
Oh, good. Are
If
you
this
feeling
week could
better?
have a week full of Mondays, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's been fun. Challenging. It's okay. It'll
Yes,
make us better.
right? That's
Yes,
what
we
I'm
will grow
thinking.
from it. It'll make us better. Uh,
Morning.
Good morning, Eva.
Good morning.
How you feeling, Shella?
I'm doing better. I could
Good,
still
good.
be better, but
Uh-huh. Yeah, I know.
oh
Yeah.
man, it's just hanging on.
Oh, it does. Oh my
Mm.
goodness. You keep
Yeah.
taking the good stuff now. Yeah.
Well, the bad thing is
Absolutely.
I can't take regular medicine, like anything with a antihistamine or a decongestant in it.
Uh-huh.
I can't take it because I'm like not allergic, but I'm very sensitive to it, and I'll take it, and I see little purple spots, my
Oh
ringing in my ears,
no.
and I pass out.
Oh my God.
I
Yeah.
know,
Oh.
Yeah,
so I
avoid
steer clear.
that. Avoid that. We don't want to see little purple
No,
spots.
no, no.
I
Right.
know.
Um,
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
Uh,
But
No, I used to remember that I even doubled, sometimes triple, triangle health. I mean, the
mhm.
content. Oh my God! I said I can't do this. I can't breathe.
Yep.
Nighttime just coughing. You can't. You toss and you turn. You sit up. Okay, goes.
yeah.
Mhm.
Well, it it is a testimony just to how awesome our products are. Just with um, like you're not able to take that, but you're just working your way through it with the triangle, and you
Mhm.
still have the energy. You're still going to work. You're
Oh
still,
yeah. Yep.
and so that's a testimony in itself. When I was in
Mhm.
Vegas, I had one day that, all those smells and the cigarettes and the everything
Mhm.
sometimes just gets to me, and I end up with this massive headache. And it used to be at other events and stuff as well. It's just all
Yeah.
those people and all the stuff that they bring with them that
Yep.
it gets to me. It's like allergies, and I took I had another sunrise, and I could feel it breaking up. I could feel that pressure breaking up,
Mhm.
and I thought, yeah, this stuff is amazing. I mean, I just felt it, that I think if I'd have just been able to lay down for 10 minutes, the headache would have been gone. It was
Right.
that good, but I wasn't able to, and then, but it still didn't take that long. By the time we got to walk around, get a little fresh air, and
Mhm.
and eat, my headache was gone.
Yep.
So, but I could feel it, the sunrise trying to make it happen.
Oh
So,
yeah.
yeah,
Oh
Well,
yeah.
I mean, I'm very thankful because normally, I mean, every single year I would get bronchitis, laryngitis, I mean, just upper respiratory
Oh
yeah,
my
infections,
goodness.
everything. So, I
Oh.
mean, at least, I mean, that is one thing. If I do get, the crud, it doesn't go into, the full
right,
everything, the infection of my chest and everything. It has been so bad. I've had to be on the inhaler and everything. So I
yeah,
Mm.
know that it's doing, its job, and I'm thankful that it hasn't gotten to that point, and I don't think it will because of what we're taking.
yeah.
So
And overall, for the most part, we're all a healthy group, and
mhm,
and we just haven't had those sicknesses. Like, I'm with you. At least once a year, I would come down with something, a really bad cold or flu or something, and
mhm,
it just hasn't happened.
yep,
Knock on wood, but we just don't get sick.
yeah.
That's part of that um, work that it's doing on our immune system.
Yep.
So,
Mhm. Mhm.
Well, I am. all for doubling up, tripling up, and everything. 'Cause
Yeah.
I bet.
and I think that might have been what my issue was last week of GoPro, because was taking 3 or 4 a day, and that much good stuff, it's gonna run right through you. So
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
it's gonna
Yeah,
get
so
all the
true.
bad stuff out.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So, speaking of GoPro, is it available out there
It's
yet?
no, not yet. And
Okay.
I talked to Casey, and he was saying that whoever, I don't know if they have the same company doing it, but it's just taking a little bit longer. So I'm
Okay.
gonna put a message
Yeah.
out to Daniela, is Marina's daughter, and Casey put us in touch. So she could give me all the information. So I'm gonna reach out to them today on our
Okay.
message, our little chat, and see if she has any more information.
And
Okay. Yeah.
this is on GoPro for the.
They go, yeah, where you can watch it. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Since you bought a ticket or there, they
Hmm.
usually give you a couple of weeks of replay, where you can go back in and watch it, revisit it. And, I'd really love to do that. And, because some of the conversations I've had with people, um, it made me think, gosh, I want to watch that again,
Hmm. Hmm.
and so, anyways, but I've been working late at my day job, and I've missed out on some things. There were some videos that some people put out, and I missed out on that as well. Ed Milet and some other ones. And Skylar, what did Skylar have to say? Did anyone see that? I
On
did
the
not.
Wednesday webinar,
Yeah.
he was just interviewing Guy Victor, the new diamond.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So he was just kind of telling his story, and I wish we could find out what he did, but he did come from other networking companies.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's how his growth was. He said when he got in, he hit Jade the first day, Pearl the second
Oh God.
day,
Oh my
Sapphire
God.
the third day. I know. I'm
Oh.
thinking, what the heck?
Yeah.
So he must have had something, more lined up
I
than
think just
most.
the
So
energy, knowing what he had his hands on, and just having that
right.
energy, because you know, it's like, and if you haven't yet watched the video about that James James Bradford, well, two things. One, he's got the video of him after the funeral, I guess on Tuesday, and he's got that, um, just sharing some thoughts, and but there's that other video that's what's the word? Um, Damn, I can't think of it. Drawing a blank. Anyway, it's just talking about Kirk and Jim and our founders, and what they've done for us. It's a legacy video, or I don't know what you would call it, but
Yeah, I think that's the one that I shared on my timeline last night.
okay. Yeah, it's oh, you put it out on your timeline for everyone to see. That's a good
Yeah,
idea.
I did.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
That's a good
I have.
idea, because it just shows the heart of the company. The heart, it's like, people know the loss that our company had right after, Thanksgiving, and
Hmm.
they saw, a little bit then, but to see what the company has, the company that was built for us, and the leaders behind it, and that it's meant to endure anything.
Hmm.
It they built it to last through generations. And you know, really just like them announcing, what's his name, Tyler, the Travis, and one of those T words, the
Garza,
new
Travis
president,
Garza.
Travis Garza. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
As the president, I swear, you know, as soon as that happened, it was like, okay, you know, there was such a pride for me when that he was announced as president back in what, August or whatever it was, because I thought, you know, they are really putting the right people in the right spot to make this, you know, to just keep building this into something amazing. You know, they didn't just overnight pick somebody to replace Mr. what's his name, Richard. They didn't just, you know, jump in and pick somebody. It was like, okay, in the interim, Kirk Hansen said, I'm going to be, you know, president in the interim. But at the same time, he's like doing his research and making things happen to handpick the right person for that position. And then coming up with Mr. Garza, who has a background of just blowing things up. So just knowing that we're a part of that amazing organization is something to be proud of, and something to share, and something to be excited about, and something to blow our business up. And the things to come, and James Bradford mentioned, you know, in January, we got some new things coming out, and, you know, May or whenever, there's some new stuff happening. There's always new stuff happening, and they're building on it. And we've got, you know, Carl Taylor, still, you know, stepping out of the, you know, shadows and stepping up. And, you know, I'm excited to see what the changes that come. So we need to share those.
Well, everything happened just, you know, in not that, you know, everything happened, you know, just the way it should have, but I mean, God had everything in place.
Absolutely,
and,
they did,
when,
and they did. They, you know, He laid it out for them, and
yeah.
you know, and I can tell you, you know, sometimes in a situation like that, Kirk Hansen may have known. He may have had a strong feeling that something was going to happen to him, and I needed to get this ready.
Right.
I need to make this happen. And that's, you know, because of the relationship that he had with God, he may have already had some sort of premonition that I'm not going to be around, and I need to set this up right. And I truly believe that that's what has happened here, because everything's set up perfectly. So
absolutely.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, didn't mean to go off on that, but
no,
let's just blow it up. You know, we can't. We look at what we have our hands on, and let's just, you know, share that.
But I'm hoping that somebody can watch that video and, you know, truly see what the heart of Kyani, you know, and the founders, and because I mean, most of the video was showing them, you know, in their mission field, and, you know, doing what they love the most, and, you know, that was being over in the other countries with, you know, the kids and feeding the kids and things like that. I mean, hopefully somebody will see it and it will, you know, kind of spark an interest, or, you know, touch their heart or whatever, you know, whether it's through Kyani or, you know, whatever, another company, you know, to get involved and see that there's just more to life than what we're doing, you know. Going to work, paying bills, going to work, paying bills. I mean, it just,
and we need to, keep our ears open for those people that, it's that time of year that people are going to say, well, this is, these are my resolutions. This is my New Year's resolution. Or, I've got to get better at what this coming year. And, be in tune to those conversations and be ready to carry them on. I know sometimes we get, in the rat race and we're back in our regular routines. And it's like you go to a huge event, you come back and you get back in the normal routine. Nothing's going to change if we don't change. So make a point to have those conversations instead of, thinking, oh my gosh, I don't have time. I need to, duck out this way and go to my desk. No, I had those conversations. Yesterday, I walked in with a girl. I was already so freaking late yesterday because of the 45 being closed. And I was like, you know what? What's another couple of minutes? So I was having a conversation with a lady in the parking lot. And, this is a carried on conversation. And, let her know that, I've got, I'm excited about, I just got back from Vegas. I'm excited about some things that we've got going on. And she's like, oh, really? And yeah, pick up that conversation later. I see her, she takes breaks. I've started making sure I take breaks and I see these people. So, instead of just waving at her next time when I'm taking a break, we'll pick up another conversation. What were you talking about that, project you are working on? Or what are you talking about that, so make sure to have, because if you don't change, nothing's going to change.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree 100%.
Yes. Amen to that. That's great. Yes.
So, and get out, be seen, go to the grocery store, go to, wherever, get out and be seen. Get out from
we'll be
behind
standing
the damn
in line, so
I'm talking to myself, yeah.
What was that, Michelle?
I said we'll be standing in the lines here at the stores pretty soon.
Yeah.
And have those conversations then. Kind of pray before you walk in the store that God give me the right words to say in every situation. Help me to, be a blessing to others. Help me to be exactly what they needed, today, and help this product to be exactly what they need. And then not only have you asked for that, but you're in tune with expecting it. When it happens, you're not surprised. When you're in the store and somebody, it doesn't catch you by surprise then, because you're prepared for it. You already asked for it, so why would you be surprised? And you go in and, somebody has a conversation with you and you're like, wow, where did that come from? Well, you asked for it right before you walked in the store.
Right.
So have the conversation. Know that was, that was exactly what you asked for. And now let's make it work and make it happen.
And another thing I've been praying for is, Lord, give me the right words to say.
Exactly. Yes.
The words to say that will reach them. Give me the right attitude, the right, everything, just for them to hear, because everybody hears something different and, different way. So I've been praying for that as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember that, remember that little part at school when the teacher says, I'm going to tell you something here, and you tell your friend and you tell your friend. By the time it goes around, it's not what she started out with. And I guess that's the same thing with people. We want to hear what we want to hear only, especially if you're in a hurry and you got to do this and this and that when you go home, and that's in your mind. And that's exactly the same thing happens. You tell them something and then you go home and say, now, what did she say? Did she say this and she meant that? Yeah. And it happens to me too. Yeah.
Oh, I want to tell you too, that's good, Eva. That made me think of Harvey Mackay. One of the things that he mentioned at GoPro
Mm-hmm.
was how to know your customer. Know your customer. Know
Mm-hmm.
what, know what kind of chocolate they like. Know if they're allergic to chocolate. Know if they've got, if what their favorite flower is. What, you know, he was so freaking detailed on everything that he knew about. He just threw an example out there, and as a guy that was in the audience, and he knew what his kids' names were, what schools his kids went to. He knew everything about his customer, and
Yeah, you're right.
it was, and it had the guy that he was talking about. It had him emotional, just so impressed with, oh my gosh, he knows me, he
Mm-hmm.
cares. And so, and I'm not saying at that level, to know that much about him, yeah, that's something you have to build over time. That's not going to happen overnight.
Right.
But take little notes. And I used to keep, with my Mary Kay customers, you can cheat on this, guys, because I can't remember it all. So
Right. Yeah.
I made little note cards for each customer, and they actually have a name for them. But anyways, I would keep note cards, and the note cards, and Mary Kay actually creates these note cards for you. But I've done it with other things as well, and just a regular note card works fine. But like with Mary Kay, it would put their skin type, their skin tone, their what they, more about their skin questions, what their concerns are with their skin, if they've got oily skin, if they've got acne, whatever. So, I could put notes on there, and I could add other notes, and that would be, her favorite is dark chocolate, and I really did. When he was saying that stuff, I was like, I've done that before. And it does help, even if long after, they may not be a customer anymore, and you're just friends with them, and you can remember that, and you can bring it back up later, and they're like, wow, she really does care, or whatever. And there's something about writing it down too. You really remember things better, so you can think, oh yeah, she likes dark chocolate.
I've been trying to do that with the customers that come in. As soon as they leave and we've had the conversation and it's fresh in my mind, I try and jot down everything that I remember about, our conversation. And one of my customers, she was really upset because her dog was sick, and she sent me a text or something, and I asked her how Winston was doing. She was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you remembered my dog's name. And just something so small,
right,
could, just really, make the difference, I think. But I didn't tell her that I had a friend whose dog's name was Winston, so that's how I was able to remember. But
right.
that did help me to remember, her dog's name. But it just, just little things like that will definitely, I mean, it may not, generate a sale or anything like that, but it still shows the people that you care about them, and
it just helps with the relationship building. Yes,
exactly.
Yep. Yeah. So, and also with technology now, I'm in my dead zone, so let me know if I cut out. With technology, I was standing in line at GoPro, met a couple, took my picture with them, because we stood in line for a long time. So we're talking about things, and you're not supposed to, it's no recruiting zone, but, I found out they're both in law enforcement. They both live in Maryland, well, they're married. And, so all these things, I'm loading it in my phone. So as soon as I stepped away from them, I'm plugging in that information, because I'm not going to keep it that long. I know I will not retain that as soon as the next person comes up and starts talking to me. So I plugged it in as quickly as possible in the contact information, and that I know that they're going to be in Houston in February. And then I sent them a message with the picture of us and told them my contact information. So when they're, in town in February, and guess what? I'm not going to wait for that. I'm going to message them before February gets here and say, hey, when are y'all coming? I know it's supposed to be, So that's, and then you have to set a reminder. We've got systems, set an alarm, put it in your calendar. So use the systems that we have.
Excellent.
Yeah. So, and and then when it comes up, I might, draw a complete blank, but I can go backwards and find, oh, okay, yeah, I remember I was supposed to, because I've got it all in those notes on that contact. So I hope that
Yes, I
helps.
remember. Yeah, I remember Casey telling Maria, Maria, it's going to be something good. She's really going to bring some customers and business partners. Telling her that to get a 3x5 card, and of course in the front you're going to put their names and this and this and that, and about health, wealth, and so on. And in the back, it says turn it over and write the information in the back. And I said, duh, there it is,
Yeah.
And that, it's the same thing, thing you're saying, and what that man said at GoPro. And so maybe that's why he remembers all this, because he's writing it down.
Yeah.
Maybe he's got it on tape. Who knows?
Yeah.
But that's an excellent idea, because our mind, take it from me, the older you get, the less you retain, unless you write.
Well, there's just so much stuff. I've got to purge some.
Yeah.
but too, with the index cards like that, that's something you could carry a couple of index cards with you. And when you're stumbling, okay, Lane One said he's a millionaire with Ambit, okay, and he used to crack me up with it. He'd act like he's stumbling for a piece of paper, and he knew exactly where his index cards were, and he was like, here, let's write it down on this. What's your name? What's your, and he would write it so he could, instead of handing it to them to, here, write your name and phone number down, he would write it to make sure that he could read it, because some people scribble, and in his writing, he would have his little format set up where he could put it in a catalog of sorts if he wanted to, or, so he would just, but it was convenient that, oh, here, I've got one of these, cards here. Let's write your name and number down here, and then he had their information, and then like you said, turn it over and write down more detailed information so you remember, key things about that person. So, yeah, I mean, it can be just as simple as an index card.
But that also helps your brain to maintain, seriously, I mean, trying to do that, it helps your brain kind of stay active. And, I mean, for me, seriously, just remember somebody's name has always been an issue for me. And I've really been trying, to diligently, remember their names. I have to think, is there something about them that reminds me of somebody else? Some of them are easier than others, but it just, it helps to be able to make a connection.
You might do.
Yes, they all have excellent information this morning.
Yeah. Tony Robbins has something, I don't know if it's out on YouTube or not, Michelle, but about being in the right state to take on that. Did an amazing job of explaining a thing to help you to remember the person's name. I did not do it, and I'm with you, I'm not good with remembering names, but my son did it, and then he quizzed himself, and he was at a new company, and this was been a couple of years or so ago when he switched to a new company, and he said, Mom, there were like 52 employees, and I remembered all but 2 of their names.
Wow.
And
Oh my God.
yeah, so it was just this, and it was that Tony Robbins training of getting in the right state and the right, yeah. So, and there's another guy too, I forgot his name, but I'll put it out there. I'll try to remember that and put it out there. That and his was also just memory, remembering things. And
there was a guy on Ed Milet. I can't remember his name, but he's really good with names. That may be the same guy you're thinking about.
Something with
Kathy. He was a guest on there, Asian guy. And
yes,
he was really. I can't think of his name either,
yeah.
but I wanted to learn more, read more up on it because he has his own video too. Because he's amazing. Definitely something that I need to work on is remembering names. And by the way, good morning, Beverly. So glad you were able to make it on today.
Morning, everybody.
Morning.
Good morning. How are you doing, Beverly?
Just good stuff.
Well,
Jump in. Oh.
I couldn't hear that.
Andy used it and it worked. So.
Say it again, Kathy. Can you repeat that, Kathy?
Maybe she already left.
I think. Possibly. No, she's still there. I think she might be in
It
a
always
dead
it
zone.
always freezes up when she's got something good to say. I mean, it's like something like we're like on a cliffhanger here. Like, okay.
I think Terry mentioned something about that one day.
Kathy just left the meeting.
It's the drama of the call. It's fun.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right.
So the guy's name, I remember his last name is Wick. I'm trying to find his first name.
You remember it then, right?
I do.
It sounded like she said Andy something, didn't it?
Andy?
I can't remember. It could be.
It kind of sounded like Andy when
That's
she was
why
talking.
I need him. I can't remember it.
Oh, her son is Andy. That's
her son's name is Andy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he took a Tony Robbins, but she said there was somebody else, and that's who I think that somebody else is the one that Ed Milet. Speaking of Ed Milet, did y'all watch the Pinata video I shared?
Yes.
Was
perfect.
that like,
perfect.
The best ability to have is the availability, right?
Availability,
or something like that.
Yes.
And I really, that really spoke to me because it's like, wow, that's true. You got to keep on going and keep hitting that piñata.
Claire, did you post that video before or after we talked yesterday? Because it's exactly what we talked about.
I think I posted it after because I watched it while I was on the road. Because we talked earlier, right? And then I was on the road because I always try to find a video or something to look at or listen to on YouTube while I'm driving. And I was driving to my granddaughter's event, and I came across, I always look at Ed Milet, and this one, I thought, this is interesting, so I played it, and that's when I decided, I got to post it right away, so definitely.
And that's, what he was talking about is the person who's, eventually the candy's going to come. The guy that was on the Wednesday webinar last night, Guy Victor, he said that the guy that got him in, I can't remember his name, but he talked to him for 3 years consistently, and every 3 months he would follow up with them, and every time he would tell him, I have this going, I have this going on, but he was watching because he said, but that 3rd year, when he reached out and, either 3 to 6 months, every 3 to 6 months he would reach out and just see how he's doing and, if he was ready or whatever. But it goes to show the person who is the most consistent and most persistent, and just like, you, Claire, just following up, keep following up with the people that even though they say no, it's not a no, forever. So
it's not now. It's not a no, it's not now. Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely.
Yeah, but they were excellent video about the piñata. And it brought a lot of back, memories when I was, younger too. Oh gosh, but that was a lot of fun. Some of them they got hit, but they were too close and they knew it. But they let it go. They let it go. I mean, you get somebody hit with a bat, the little bat that the kids use, it hurts. But the kids don't know any better. So they just try to hit and hit, keep missing and missing. But the point is, when they hit that piñata, boom, that's it. It explodes to that candy what the kids are looking forward to. Go ahead.
You know what I liked about it is how he brought it in. He says, and then if you get tired of hitting it, you get a team. You lean on a team member or another person helps you hit it too. So it's almost like it's, and then at the end we all win. So that kind of made me think about you guys and saying, we're all part of the team and we're all hitting the piñata together. So
the piñata, exactly. That's my point.
And when
it was a great analogy.
Whoever, it doesn't matter who breaks it, we're all gonna get the benefits of the candy. So
exactly.
That's the way I saw it.
Except for the people who hit it and gave up, and that was a big part of it too. It's the people who stayed there waiting. Yeah,
right. The ones that were stuck with it and didn't give up. Yep, but then, like you said, there's people that give up, and just like in our business, they go at it really hard, and then all of a sudden, where are they? And so we're the ones that are sticking with it, and we are. What is it? The best ability to be is I just forgot it already.
Availability.
Availability. I was like, that's why I need that other guy so I can remember stuff.
Yes.
Anyway.
I posted on Accountable Achievers the video of the guy that it was the boy with the broken brain to accelerated learning expert, but he's the one that helps with to recall names and facts and stuff like that. So
that's it.
His name is
overcame something. Yes.
Yeah, Jim Quick.
That's it. See?
KWIK.
So.
Yep.
I knew you'd know because you're the one that turned me on to Ed Milet in the first place, Michelle.
Well, this new guy that I've been listening to, and he's not talking about motivation or anything like that, but brain health. Oh my gosh, you guys, we need to have our brains scanned, and everybody that we love, because it is incredible what you can see, just if they're, or improve. And if, like my mom, and I even told her, I said, we can see if there's any, early onset of Alzheimer's or anything like that. And she was just like, I don't want to know anything else. And I thought, that's fantastic. So, and what I'm going to tell her is, okay, if you don't want to know anything else, then trust me, you need to double up on the Kyani, period. If you don't want to do anything else, you don't want to, do any more research or have any more tests done. And I understand, she's had enough, but I'm going to tell her, trust me, you need to take it twice a day and, double up on everything, because what we're doing with the Triangle of Health is exactly what he's telling people to do for your brain health. And I'll have to post some videos, but this guy is just incredible. So
who is it, Michelle?
It is Dr. Daniel Amen.
Okay.
He has scanned, he's a therapist, but he's says the therapists are the only doctors that treat something that we can't see, so he decided that he was going to go and do these brain scans to see, what he can find out. So, and because sometimes our behavior or, things happen because our brains are not functioning at full capacity. And, with the brain health and all the garbage that we eat and the, trauma that we incur as kids and things like that, especially, guys that play football, have a lot of brain trauma, and it's just fascinating. So I will definitely share some videos, because I highly encourage everybody to start thinking about your brain health.
Mm-hmm.
Good point.
Very good. Very good.
Yes.
All right.
Send me the name, because I don't have. I was.
Thank you, Michelle. Yeah, that's very interesting. A lot of good stuff this morning.
That's great. Mm-hmm.
Hey, Michelle, does it talk anything about nutrition specifically in the video?
Oh yes. Oh yes. He has tons of videos out there. So, and what, with the our sunset with our fish oil, with all of the superfoods, it just is really, I mean, what we're doing is so on point. It is just incredible, and it makes me feel good knowing that, it's doing stuff that I don't even know that it's doing. So it's repairing things in, my brain, my insides, it just, to me, it just solidifies that fact that God has put something amazing in our laps. And for us not to share it is honestly, it would be irresponsible for us as human beings not to share this with everybody.
Well, I have a prospect, and he specifically asked me, what kind of brain food's in there? And I said, it helps your cognitive. I mean, I have the kind of a chart that I carry with me that's kind of a summary, and it has, cognitive health and, what it supports. But I went back and was looking at the Wellness TV and the different Kyoni videos, trying to find one that was really on point. And it took me a lot of time trying to go through all those. And none of them really went a lot into that. But I'd like to have something like that, because he was particularly interested. And I think most older folks are.
Yeah.
Because that's the big thing. Everybody's, really concerned about that. They know they're not remembering things as well. They know that there's, a lot of people they know they have Alzheimer's, and everybody's kind of worried every time they forget where they parked or they forget a name, that they've got Alzheimer's all of a sudden. And, it's a big concern for older folks, especially.
Absolutely.
So that'd be great to have something that's handy to give them.
But what this guy is saying is, when you start forgetting and when you realize that there's a problem, you are, it's so far progressed. So really and truly, we need to start giving it to our younger, you need to start taking care of it, and when you're younger, before you start forgetting and before you start having these issues. And not that it can't be reversed, because what he's saying is you can reverse all that, the negative, things going on with your brain. But when you've already started experiencing the effects of it, is when you're kind of too far gone. So you really want to do it as a, to prevent it more so. So, I mean, you can definitely, people with the Alzheimer's has, he told them exactly what to do. Eat these foods, don't eat these foods, and it will, help improve your brain. And I'll have to just share the videos, and you can watch them yourself. It is it's incredible. So that is one thing that I've been focusing on, is the brain health. So. Okay.
That's wonderful, Michelle. Great.
I love it.
Info.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I think we're getting close to, well, it doesn't say anything about getting cut off, but maybe she extended it. Anyway, I'm really glad you were able to get on, Beverly, because I know you were having these troubles getting on before. So, yeah, good deal.
Great to have you, Beverly.
Yes.
Thank you, Eva.
If y'all have any questions, let me know. I'm heading to that white elephant party this evening, so we'll see how that goes. My guess, I started out with 5 people, or maybe more that I asked, and I'm dwindled down to 2 maybes now. So I'm not holding my breath, but I plan on going and having a good time.
Good.
Yes,
I want to cross network with
and hacking like crazy. So I just, I don't feel good about exposing anybody else to what I have. So I'm going to have to skip it. And
that's fine. I'll represent our team there. Don't worry. And, I just feel like we need to cross network with our Sugarland folks and see what they're doing. So that way maybe we can take some pointers home with us, bring them back to us.
Absolutely.
Do we have that information already, where it's going to be tonight?
Yeah, it was in that. It was in the message that Tara said. I'll put it in our Achievers thing if you want me. I'll just send it directly to you.
Like either way, yeah, great. Okay, appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah, it's got a video and it has the address and everything on there.
Oh, wonderful.
So,
okay, great.
Even bought me an ugly sweater. So anyway, all right. Well, you guys have a great day, and we'll talk tomorrow morning.
Thank you, Claire. To everybody, have a great day. Okay.
Have a great day.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.